The fireman saved the child but died himself, even though I didn't understand it. Thus began his journey to the underworld. As Tong, a firefighter, jumped out of a building in an attempt to save a civilian's life, the intense heat caused his rope to snap. He plummeted to the ground without hitting a safety cushion, experiencing a flash of his entire life before impact. Miraculously, he awoke after successfully rescuing the young girl. Tong jumps to check on the victim, but no one seems to react to his presence. Despite trying to talk to them, he feels invisible. He hears his name being called and sees two suited individuals who seem unfazed by the chaos. He tries to warn them about the falling debris, but realizes they are attempting to save someone who looks like him. Toon tells him that he's dead, and that they're here to guide him through the trials to become a paragon.
전 귀인이 아닙니다.
Ma informs Tong that their master is waiting for them at the gates of the trials and they need to hurry. Tong is overwhelmed and walks away, watching his friends mourn his death. Tong screams that he can't die yet because he wants to see his mother. His body levitates towards a massive doorway, and the Guardians are moved by his concern for his mother, even after death. They arrive in a strange realm where many individuals are on their way to the gates of judgment. There, they meet Rim, the Guardian leader who has helped 47 souls reincarnate. Rim congratulates Tong on being a model citizen, but Tong rejects the praise, claiming he's not a good person. They are taken to the Mountain of Murder, a terrifying area where those who have indirectly caused death by inactivity are judged. At a stadium with a massive lava pit, Tong is charged with not saving a co-worker, leading to their death. The trial begins and people punished try to escape but are consumed by the flames. The prosecution demands Tong suffer in the lava pit for 5 years for not saving his colleague. Rim defends Tong, pointing out that he tried to save the colleague and was advised to leave to save others. Thanks to Tong's choice, he was able to save 8 lives that night. The court drops the accusations after considering his bravery and allows him to move on. Despite the victory, Tong is deeply saddened by the memory of his colleague's death and questions why the Guardians are helping him.
돈 때문이었습니다.
The Guardians have a pact with a ruler of hell, Yomara, to guide 49 deceased souls to reincarnation within the century in exchange for becoming human themselves. They reach the trial of Inlands, where Tune explains Tong's good deeds throughout his life. Tong has always helped people and never been idle. Tong's good deeds include knocking down beehives, enduring bee stings for his team, saving a cat on a skyscraper, and sacrificing himself to save others. The court is moved by his efforts and orders the prosecution to build a monument in his honor. When asked why he lived his life, Tong says it was for money to help his sick mother and sibling. The judge changes her decision after learning this and orders punishment. The Guardians try to help and reveal that Tong neglected his health while working hard for his family. The goddess decides Tong is not guilty as he was helping his family. The group boards a boat to the next trial but are chased by monsters. They fight off the beasts as they journey on. Mac fights off the monsters and saves the ship by knocking down a stone pillar. He learns that the monsters are after the Hong family and resolves to find the truth. He visits Hong's house and discovers that Hong's mother is alive, meaning Hong became a vengeful ghost. Rim tries to capture the ghost but is overpowered. He follows the trail to a military base and learns that Sue was a deserter. Disguising himself as a colonel, Rim confronts the captain about Sue's murder. The captain confesses to killing Sue under blackmail by Rim. Meanwhile, Hong is being interrogated by the goddess of deception for creating fake wills for his colleague and claiming to be their father. The goddess punishes him by cutting off his tongue, but Rim defends him, revealing that he did it to give others a reason to live. The goddess forgives Hong's intentions, and Rim lies to him about his family being well. Rim goes back in time to uncover the truth about Sue's death and finds out that Dong accidentally shot Sue and the commander covered it up to protect his career. Tong arrives at the hell of injustice where individuals are punished for not helping others, but as a firefighter, he is exempt and moves on. During the cable car ride, it's revealed that the Guardians have had their memories wiped, except for Rim. Mac tries to prevent Rim from revealing more information, but accidentally tells Tong that his brother is a ghost. They arrive at Betrayal Hell, where the goddess punishes those who betrayed loved ones. Tong is a paragon and did not betray anyone, so he leaves safely. Meanwhile, Rim finds the ghost at a nightclub trying to kill one of the soldiers who buried him. Rim chases Sue and captures him in a trap, tying him to a building. The ghost speaks through the man, forgiving him and telling him not to dwell on the past. Tong arrives at the pit of violence and falls into the trials. He tries to save a young girl as he did before he died, but is accused of assaulting his brother, causing the child to be malnourished due to poverty. June asks for a postponed judgment and links the last trial to the present one. The truth about what happened that night is revealed, with Sue waking up to find Hong trying to murder their mother. Sue tried to stop Hong, causing him to attack the child in rage. Hong was hopeless due to their poverty and sick mother. The Guardians lose faith as they understand they cannot win the trials, especially in the final inferno. Sue finds his mother at the military camp pleading with the troops, and the captain attacks her. Sue becomes angry as he sees his mother being attacked and turns back into a vicious spirit.
죄송합니다.
Mac jumps into the living world and stops Sue, while the trial of Hong begins with King Yammer presiding. Hong is charged with trying to murder his mother and assaulting his brother, but the victim has long forgiven him. The king cannot charge Hong, and he thanks the Guardians before disappearing back into the mortal realm. Rim chooses to reincarnate Sue as the 49th soul, completing their contract with the king and allowing them to be reincarnated as well. The gang arrives at the pit of impiety and charges the demons to reach the king of hell.